Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Sabrina Daly.
And I'm Paul Lopez.
And welcome, Paul. How are you handling this chill?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it like Jenny Lovell. The cold is something I embrace when we get it in Belize. Because let me tell you something. We get a lot of hot days, unbearable heat. And so when we get to have these nice, cooler, chillier weather, starting in the evening, going into the night, coming into the mornings, I don't complain. I put on my short sleeve.
Your shirt.
Yeah, because I don't wear long sleeve when it's chilly, because for me it's like, why waste good chill?
Yeah, okay. That's one way to see it.
I love it. I love it. We're in the tropics.
That's one way to see it. I woke up this morning and I said, nah, this feels like a different type of chill. And when I checked the temperature, it was 59 degrees.
Oh, that's in the village.
Yes, in the village. And
wow.
That was just unusual for me. You know, I could imagine a lot of people last night did not sleep with their fans. They were all cozied up, maybe with an extra layer, maybe a blanket. I certainly was one of them. But as you mentioned, Paul, it is something that we are enjoying. We've experienced quite the opposite type of temperatures. For instance, last year's record heat. So this time around, I know that we are making much of that cooler temperature while it's here.
I spent the Christmas week, an entire week, in 30 degrees weather in Pennsylvania for the Christmas, right? So
this is nothing?
I'm acclimated.
Yeah,
I'm converted.
You remind me of those Belizeans or anyone really that goes to the States or in cooler temperatures, and every time we complain about, it's a bit chilly, they're like, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
Nothing.
I experience worse than that, so you better behave yourself.
I mean, I've experienced 0 degrees, but this is still cool, Paul.
Of course.
This is still cool. But moving into our What's Buzzing conversation, there's quite a few things we can touch on, Paul. One of the first on some lighter news. We have been seeing online that there's a young lady trending on social media, a Belizean young lady, and that is because she is gearing up to audition for America's Next Got Talent. Now, a lot of us know about that show. I'm sure each and every one of us have at least watched it once, or either on TV or on YouTube. But she is about to take the big stage and do her audition. She is hoping to wow the judges, including Simon, and sing her heart out.
I'm an avid fan of America's Got Talent, and we have a video of her that we'll give our viewers a little taste of her singing talent and her singing abilities. I'm a big fan of America's Got Talent, and even more so now to hear that a Belizean has the sort of courage, and the vision and the passion and the dream that one from Belize would need to say, let me put my talent up against talents from across the world, because America's Got Talent attracts talents from across the world, because I'm confident that I have what it takes. And for me, that's what I get from this young lady, Chanelly Oliver. She's actually from Santa Elena. And I get that passion. I get that sense of courage in her talent, in her abilities. And I also want to say kudos to her support team, whoever is around her, encouraging her to go after this dream, to go after this call, and not discourage her and say, no, you can't do it. What about this? What about that? all the negatives. She clearly has positive support around
Yeah.
her, encouraging her up to do this.
Definitely, I agree with that completely, Paul. Actually, I spoke to her father yesterday because I'm hoping to feature her this week for our Look on the Bright Side. And her father told me that the moment that his daughter expressed that she was interested in taking on this audition, he immediately said, all right, let's get the training. We want to hire the best vocal coach we can find. So they did so, and she's been doing her training, preparing for the audition. I have to say, Paul, I am definitely looking forward to this. You know, Paul, whenever we have a Belizean making it on one of these big platforms,
that's huge.
Full support. Everybody will buy cable and tune in, or they're going to find a way to watch it online.
So I know you could song good. You could song like Crocky Crow.
And we will still have our Belizean flag emoji down there.
Center.
And we'll even argue with people in the comments for our Belizean.
And if Simon says something, well, he not
Simon that this, that, and the other.
number one enemy. So Simon, I know you're not to watch, but somebody has sent it to you. Watch yourself, Simon.
Watch yourself, Simon.
Are we gonna play the video?
Yes.
That is all I'm taking with me. So goodbye, please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need, and I will always love you. Will always love you.
All right.
I
That was
will
nice.
always love you.
I'd give her a ticket to continue the show.
Of course, I'll give her my golden but
all right.
golden buzzer.
Confetti.
Yes, she could sing.
Yes.
And what I like about that video, that one has been circulated a lot. I like how authentic it is. She's there leaning on a motorcycle. It's not a Harley, you know how they do it in America. It's a little tuk-tuk. She's leaning on. Clearly she's somewhere at home. And one of the interesting things that you won't hear in that video is at least that portion we played is at the start of the video. You hear dogs barking in the background, almost as if they are a part of a choir.
All right.
Right? And so for me, that's authentically Belizean.
Yeah.
You know, you got some patlika the run boat and they hear somebody to sing and they start singing how to, as if, hey,
they're giving their approval.
They're giving their approval, but lovely talent. And Chanelli, I want to say, go for it, girl.
Yeah.
Go for it.
As far as I know, there was a countrywide competition hosted by the Department of Youth Services. It's supposedly a talent competition where they went all over the country to have short competitions leading up to a countrywide one, and she came in second overall, and I think that took place last year. So we know for one that she knows how to compete. She's definitely been sharing her talent and her gift from much more than just this point, but she's about to take it to one of the biggest competitions arguably in the world, we know in America at least. So we want to say all the best to her. This isn't the end of hearing her name. We will be hearing a bit more about her story on Friday. And also, I believe she is supposed to stop by in our studios in person next week. So we're going to hear more from Chanelli as well. But moving, Paul, into some interesting, an even more interesting story. A few months ago, I think it was me and Isani, we were on set, and I was telling Isani that I saw online on international news that that America was finally able to capture what is believed to be a serial killer for decades. His name is Rex Heuermann, and he is known as the Long Beach serial killer. As far as I know, he has been charged for at least 4 murders. They're all women. And they were at least believed to be from the area that he was from. Now, the reason why I'm bringing back up this story is because we were able to find out that a Belizean has crossed paths with him many years ago in the past. And international news, they were able to find her and conduct an interview with her online. Now, for more reasons than one, this is quite an interesting story. One, because we're able to hear from her in person, her interactions with him. I believe in this case, it would have been at a house party for him. But it's a bit of more the details that was provided that really is striking about the story. She would have also supposedly crossed paths with one of the females that he would have murdered as well. So I don't know if we are able to provide that that short snippet, but this is the interview that took place. I believe we won't be able to play it.
So what she did, she spoke with exclusively with a media house in the U.S., my understanding is, and she recounted her encounter, her and her husband's encounter with this Rex guy. According to her statement or her comments to this, exclusively to this media house, and this is years ago, she and her husband visited this home.
Her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend visited this home, the Belizean Lorraine Paulino. And the name is no secret, the face is no secret because it's all there broadcasted. And they visited this home and they brought along a young lady with them who would happen to be one of the victims of this serial killer in the future, as it was found out. And her story and her account is interesting because she reveals details of some of the questionable activities that took place or went down inside that home. And the reporter, the interviewer in that news piece, didn't sugarcoat exactly what happened. And basically what happened was they were there for some sort of swinger type of party event. And so this Miss Lorraine Paulina, she recounted that when she and the boyfriend got there with the young lady, that they went into his room. And when they went into his room, they did what they had to do, according to her, and she said they finished. And when they finished, she came out of the room and she saw the gentleman, Rex, his partner, in the living room, and she asked her, why is it that you weren't in the room with us?
Yeah, why didn't you
the
join?
The partner said basically that I don't like those things. Like, I'm not interested in doing that. And so Miss Lorraine and her boyfriend left. Yeah, and they left, but the young lady that they brought there stayed.
Yeah.
And she recounted seeing fright in her eyes while leaving.
So we have a very short clip that we will be providing with you just to give a bit more context to what we were saying, and then we'll wrap up that conversation when we're done.
In there. Lorraine Paulino was in that home. She says she partied with Rex and his wife and saw things that she now wishes she could change. And she is here with a Banfield exclusive. Lorraine, thank you so much for being here tonight. I so appreciate it. Can you just briefly summarize what were the circumstances that brought you inside that home?
Oh, we went to the home, me and my boyfriend, who was a police officer. We went to party with them. And we took a young lady with us to the party. So that's what it was about. It was a party.
And when you were inside in that home partying, did you come upon his wife, Aza Ellerup, or either of his adult kids, or who all was in there?
We met her when we came in, and then I sat with the guys in like a living room area, and she left. When we went to the bedroom, so when we were finished, I asked her, where were you? You never came to the bedroom. I said, were you afraid of me or something? And she said, no, I'm not really into this. But, I'm glad you had fun. I said, thanks. I said, but tell me more about yourself. And then she told me, oh, I'm a foreigner too. That's what she said. He brought me here from my country. And I said, wow. I said to her, she said, I feel happy he's rich. So I said to her, why don't we go shopping tomorrow?
It sounds like that you were there, and I don't want to sugarcoat it. It was a long time ago, but it was a swingers sex party. There were all sorts of other people there as well. Did you get a good look at Rex Heuermann, and did you witness him in any kind of behavior? Did you see him engage in any sex during that party?
It wasn't a lot of people. It was me and my boyfriend and Rex and Karen and his wife and Isa. That was it. He smirks a lot. That I noticed. He really does smirk a lot. He rarely laughs, but he smirks a lot.
Did you notice him engaging? And when you said Karen, I should just tell our viewers, I think you mean Karen Vergata. She was a murder victim known as Jane Doe number 7.
Yes.
And if I know your story correctly, Lorraine, when you were leaving with your boyfriend,
Yes.
you looked up in the window and you saw Karen Vergata, someone you believe is Karen Vergata, the woman you brought to the party who was staying behind. You saw her up in the window, and you said you looked into her eyes and thought she looked frightened.
She looked scared. So I told him, I said you spoke to her and she wants to stay because she's sleepy and hungry. He said, yes, she wants to stay. I said, okay, so why is she running outside?
That is quite an interesting recollection.
Yeah.
I want to insert at this time that the reason why Ms. Paulino would later say that she is doing this and giving this interview, and that was only a few seconds to come there that she would have said it, is because she felt sort of responsible for the death of this lady, because she left her there, and they assumed that she wanted to stay. But of course, she would also say that she saw through the window that she also looked scared. She looked frightened.
Yeah.
It's quite an interesting story. Also to note is Rex Heuermann, the charged serial killer in this instance. He was an architect, a regular guy that you would never expect, a wealthy man. You'd never expect that he would be considered a serial killer. They also explained, investigators found some disturbing collections of pornography in his computer. We know that he had a lot of burner phones where he contacted these women by, and he would, after he killed them, he would wrap them in a sort of canvas-like and dispose of them in certain parts of Long Beach, California. So it's one of those things, Paul, that you only see in the movies, and to find out now that decades later we're able to solve this mystery and actually put a face to these crimes. It's a great thing, but it's still extremely disturbing.
Yeah, and then to have a Belizean associated somewhere at some point for whatever reason, at least by way of an account, is interesting as well.
Yeah, but moving into hopefully a positive end to that, let's jump into our eye-opener this morning. Our eye-opener is taken from dailyom.com, and it goes like this. When we schedule too much in our lives, trying to meet our obligations, we only end up draining our energy. We all encounter obligations in life, from spending time with family and friends to being present at important functions in the lives of the people who form our community. Many times, the obligations are actually fun and fulfilling, and we want to be there. At times, at the same time, we all sometimes experience resistance to meeting these obligations, especially when they pile up all at once and we begin to feel exhausted, longing for nothing so much as a quiet evening at home. At times like these, we may want to say no, but feel too guilty at the idea of not being there. Still, our primary obligation is to take care of ourselves. And if saying no to someone else is what we have to do, then we do not need to feel bad about it. Meeting our obligations to others is an important part of being human, and not one to take lightly. At the same time, though, we cannot meet every obligation without neglecting our primary duty to take care of ourselves. We can navigate this quandary by being conscious of what we choose to do and not do, and by finding concrete ways to extend our caring when we are not able to be there in person.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance to serve ourselves and our needs and to serve others. And I know people who go to both extremes. One, people who serve others at the cost of neglecting themselves, and I know people who serve themselves wholly at the cost of neglecting others and their community and the needs within your community. And community could mean immediate support support group, and it could also mean your extended community, which is your neighbors and your friends and those within your community. And so there's a balance that must be struck, and I have to admit that I'm still working on striking that balance.
Same here, honestly. I find my times a lot of time, especially with the types of jobs that we have, Paul, you know, you just want to get a second to yourself, a weekend if you could, to just be in complete silence, you know, be at home. And sometimes you still have to strike that balance to ensure that you have a social life, that you go out and you engage with your friends and your family. You know, your family members, you spend some time with them. And I mean, for me, anyone that knows me know that I struggle with that. But I do understand, as you mentioned, Paul, that there is a need to have that balance, because you also need to extend your appreciation to your community, you know? So this was quite an interesting eye-opener. But moving into our weather update, and it's quite nippy outside. If I was a weather presenter, I'd tell you, look, put on an extra layer. But we're going to get it from the professionals. So we have our weather update from the National Meteorological Service.
Good morning, Belize. A cool and mostly dry airflow continues to dominate our weather. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for mostly sunny skies today, and high temperatures will range from 79 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 80 inland and 68 over the mountains. Tonight, the skies will be clear to partly cloudy with low temperatures of 72 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 58 inland and 54 in the higher elevations. Little to no rainfall is expected. The winds will blow from the north to northwest at 10 to 15 knots, and the sea state will be choppy to moderate. A high tide will occur at 9:05 a.m., followed by a low at 1:27 in the afternoon. Another high occurs at 7:53 tonight and a low at 3:30 a.m. The sun will rise at 6:23 this morning and set at 5:50 p.m. The moon set at 3:34 in the afternoon and comes up at 5:22 a.m. The outlook for Thursday and Thursday night is for mild conditions to prevail, and showers, if any, will be isolated. In the sargassum forecast, sargassum impacts are expected to be moderate to low during the next few days, and that's your morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
All right, looks like it's going to continue a chilly one, but we have no complaints
No
over here, Paul.
complaints at
None
all.
whatsoever. Moving into our show lineup this morning, it is Wednesday and we have a jam-packed show for you. Starting things off, we'll be joined by the CEO of the Chief Education Officer, that is, who will be talking to us about the 16 is the new age for compulsory education.
And then in our second conversation, it will be all about the Chinese New Year and celebrating that occasion.
Yes, and in our third segment, we'll be talking about Miss World Belize. I'm looking forward to that.
And then in a final conversation for today, it's all about basketball. And we will be having representatives from the Belize Hurricanes to speak with us about their upcoming match against the Orange Walk Running Rebels. I believe that goes down on Friday night right there inside the Belize City Civic Center. But you want to stay tuned for all these conversations. They're going to be wonderful.
All right, now we got to take our first break, and when we come back, the conversation is about 16 is the new age for compulsory education. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers Bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Here you go, babe.
Thanks, babe. How did it go? Good?
It was good.
God, I think it'll get hot out there.
Think I should go close the window.
Don't let this happen to you. At Design Depot, we have Oran windows, exactly what you need to weather any storm and keep you safe. With Oran, you get strength, durability, and security. Oran features a strong double latch that closes securely, all at an affordable price only at Design Depot. With Oran, you'll always be safe.
$1,067,700 slices of bacon are eaten by tourists each year, stimulating our local economy. Tourism means business.
From now on, when you visit Uno, you will experience an A+ power in all fuels. Dynamax Plus, the formula with the ultimate technology in additives, provides an A+ power and A+ performance. Dynamax Plus, A+ power and A+ performance to reach further with less fuel consumption. Dynamax Plus, available in all fuels. Uno, a different energy.
After a rough week of school, Jake and his friends decide to treat themselves to frozen coffee. And since they don't have cash on them, they decide to use eCash. With eCash's geolocation feature, Jake can easily find the nearest coffee spot. With eCash's built-in option to split bills, Jake can pay the bill and his friends can reimburse their portion of the bill. Jake scans the merchant's code and confirms payment. Jake then views his transaction history and taps on the transaction recently made, then taps the Split the Bill button where he selects the Evenly option to evenly split the bill. The application splits the bill automatically. His friends receive and accept the request. Geolocation and splitting the bill via eCash makes Jake enjoy his digital lifestyle.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
Welcome back. We are having our first conversation for this morning. And I have to say, Paul, this is quite an interesting but very important one. We will be discussing a new update in the Ministry of Education, and that is having 16 years old be the new age for compulsory education. We are joined by the Chief Education Officer, Yolanda Gongora, as well as the Chief Executive Officer, Diane Mejia, with the Ministry of Education, Culture, Science, and Technology. Sorry there, ladies, I lost my voice. But good morning, ladies,
Good morning,
and welcome.
good morning.
Thank you so much for stopping by this morning and having this conversation with us. Perhaps we could get a little bit of a foundation into the conversation first, talking about the importance of having this age change in the first place.
Sure. Thanks so much for having us. It's good to be here. We think, like you, that this is an important conversation to have. We are literally at the last stages now of having this amendment become law. And what it will do is it will change, as you said, the compulsory school age from 14 to 16. So what that means is that once this becomes law, every young person should be in school up to the age of 16. There are implications for this, obviously. But the most important one, I think, is the benefit to the person, the benefit to our young people in general. The fact that you are going to have a high school education. We saw that before, without this being required as the years have gone by, we've had more incidents of dropouts. We have young people joining the labor force earlier. When they join the labor force so early, they have the lowest paid employment history. So this is an opportunity for young people really to be able to better themselves. And you know, Minister Fonseca says all the time that it's through education that we are going to be able to help develop the nation. this, we believe, is a really pivotal step to be able to, down the road, work toward national development as well.
What's the process that the ministry had to undertake to get to this point? Because I know any legislative changes, it's not simply you wake up one day and write something new on the paper. And
So
then
this
take
is the
it
new
to the
age.
House.
We
Yeah.
woke up, this is the new age.
Yeah.
No.
So what's the process that the ministry had to undertake?
The process has to go by someone presenting that I think it is important for us to review the school age. If you go back in history, and if you had the opportunity to read the History and Education written by Alexander J. Bennett, you would have seen that the first school was established in 1816, but the school age was 12.
Wow.
In 1920, the school age was changed from 12 to 14. We're 100 years down the road,
yeah.
and the school age is 14.
Wow.
So there was conversation with the previous administration, and then they began the process of getting a consultant, going across the country for consultation, and that was during COVID. So we did not have forums and places, but they had focus groups that were done virtually. So that process of the consultation took place, and upon our coming to the ministry, then the report was prepared, and we went through and again went through a series of questions and asked the consultant to clarify some of the concerns that we had. Thereafter, we prepared the documentation and we submitted to the minister through the CEO, and from there it took on. But yes, we had to have a conversation on it, people talking about it, and then moving it to the position of the bill and going through the process. So.
Yeah, as the chief has rightly explained, we found a process that had already started, and we agreed that it was an important process, and so we continued it. It's been going through all the appropriate legal stages. It's been tabled at the House. Literally, I think now the last part is when it has to be assented to, when the Governor General has to sign it.
After the Senate meeting
After the
tomorrow.
Senate meeting tomorrow, correct.
What has the buy-in been like from the education sector? Talking schools, families, business community, everyone involved in education in Belize.
We've really had positive feedback from the business community. Our engagements with the Chamber of Commerce, with the private sector on education at large, not just on this topic, really has spoken to the fact that the business community seems to be firm on their position that they want a better educated employee.
They're able
right?
to have more competent employees.
Exactly, that's what I was just going to say. They want employees that have more competence in academic areas as well as in psychosocial areas. And this is part of why also we've been working toward the change in the competency-based education, because these young people who will be in school for 2 years longer, because they need to be in school, are going to hopefully be reaping the benefits of a competency-based education. So we believe that there's support there. There are questions. There are concerns about the implications for the increase in numbers, for example. But in reality, this is not going to be an overnight change.
Right.
We're not going to have a spike in numbers immediately. It's going to happen, and so it's something we need to plan for, and we're planning. It's something we need to work toward, and we're working. Projects like our Education Upliftment Project, for example, we believe are really the perfect feeding ground for these situations, because some families have expressed economic concerns.
That's what I was going to get into right there, and I love that you set the foundation for that question, CEO, because the reality is a lot of the students that don't continue beyond 14 is because of economic issues, or whether it be something more traditional, perhaps areas in the rural communities where they simply feel like there's no value for education. I know quite a few of them, and I heard of them when I spoke to my grandparents. So my question would have been, how does the government intend to accommodate these persons who come with economical challenges and are not able to finance their education? I know that you currently have a great achievement under the Ministry of Education, where there is free high school access to certain students in the south side of Belize City, and that is expanding. But the reality is that a lot of these kids also come from rural areas as well. So how is the government intending to make that adjustment for persons like them?
In exactly the way that you said. In 2022, I think our transition rate was
75%. 75%.
75%
from primary school to
from primary to secondary, and then we had a dropout rate of like 56%. Well, that's not correct.
Yes.
Scratch that one. That's not a right number.
Yeah, that dropout rate, yes.
We did have a dropout rate that increased after COVID, right? So that was significant. And it's part of what inspired the whole education upliftment project concept, because we did begin with the 4 high schools that are in the south side of Belize City. We expanded this year to 5 additional high schools that are in the south of the country. So you guys may remember that our original target with the 4 schools that we started with, we call them the GEM schools, remember? Gwen Liz, Excelsior, Maud Williams, and Sadie Vernon. Our initial target for enrollment for those 4 schools was 1,000 students.
Wow.
Last year, we didn't make that target. We came close. We were at 953, but we didn't quite make it. Now, when we were planning for the expansion with the 5 schools to the south this year, we thought, looking at the numbers, that if we could get an additional 1,800 students, we would be satisfied. Like, that was our goal. In December of 2023, when we did an enrollment check, we were at 3,166 students in those 9 schools combined. Now, that is not just that they registered to go to school, but that's also monitoring their attendance.
So they're actually
going to school. This is a project that it's not even 2 years old. So obviously we can't track long-term benefits at this time.
So you've seen so far that it is successful.
We're seeing that there is success because we're getting them to school and we're keeping them in school. The 5 schools in the south that are part of this right now are, there's Henri, who's already from September to December doubled their small enrollment. So that's significant. Obviously, that's a rural school. There's the Lille Academy. There's Georgetown Technical High School, Toledo Community College, and Corazon Creek Technical High School. So these are schools that are in more rural areas. Toledo Community College has one of the highest enrollments also in the country. The plan for August 2024 is an expansion to an additional 12 schools. So our general enrollment for secondary school right now is 20,000 students.
Wow.
With the additional 12 schools, we anticipate that we are going to be hitting close to 10,000 students. So we will be providing this opportunity for literally a free education to roughly 50% of our high school population right now across the country.
That's quite impressive. Is it the ministry's view that a large percentage of dropouts or students who are not in school are between that age range, 14 to 16, and if so, what have you found they are out there doing other than being in school?
What we have done is encourage our TVETs to open the doors for opportunities for students who would normally drop out at second form. You know, as an educator and as a leader of an institution, that is where you see the transition. They come in first form, they're new, they're grappling, they're excited, but by second, they're like, is this really for me? And it all depends on what the school does to retain the students. So there were many things that were important for you to put in place to keep the students. And for schools that had challenges keeping students, you know, they would go way beyond the call of duty. Many of them found employment, particularly if we look at the rural communities. In the north, they would go into the fields. But this is an opportunity for all of them, both male and female, to be able to remain in school up to the age of 16. Our teachers may have concern of what else can we do as it relates to how will we keep them in school, and that is where we are working with our team that is at the Student Welfare Unit for us to continue to support our teachers in the system.
I just wanted to mention also that one of the things we wanted to take the opportunity to share today is that we've started a countrywide tour of sensitization for everyone regarding the need to make some amendments to our rules.
School rules?
School rules. So that's, I think, given the fact that we're talking about a change in a rule, a change in a law, we thought it would have been a good point to mention because the chief has been leading that team. Right now, they've already done what, four districts?
What rules specifically we're talking about?
What we're doing is, since there's a change, if you, many of our teachers are more familiar with the 1991 Education Act.
Wow.
And from the 1991 Education Act, in 2000, the rules were written that regulated what was the umbrella, the parent document for education. And in 2010, the Education Act was amended, revised, and we then wrote the rules. The rules were prepared for the 2010 Education Act. But during the process of 2010, 2012 to now, there's a lot of changes that have happened. COVID came, it halted us. We had to look at how we can also embrace hybrid learning. The change in policies that came in, like school boards, the change of policy that will come now with the increased enrollment. Those adjustments need to be revised and amended and appealed. So we're going across the country, not consulting yet, but sensitizing our teachers. Many of our teachers don't know that the first school was established in 1816.
Yeah, in Belize.
In Belize.
Yeah.
And thereafter, secondary school came in 1882 with Wesley College, and then St. Catherine's Academy, SJC, and what is known as ACC. Back then it was St. Hilda's and St. Michael's during the period of 1882 to 1887. And later down, we had other high schools joining the four high schools. So it's a history we want to give our teachers to understand how we started and where we are today, and what are the things that we need to look at for us to continue to be able to empower young people in this nation.
History helps you to understand how you have evolved and how you've not evolved and how you've not kept with the times. So just back to the mandatory age being moved to 16. One of the questions people often have is, how does enforcement work when it comes to a mandatory age for being in school? And I ask because we see it often, time and time again, here and there, in different parts of the country, where you see kids that you're supposed to be in school. Why are you not in school? I know for myself, there were times growing up when I would, say bang hooky. And the first thing that good neighbors or a good community would tell me is, we'll call the police. And the police will come for you and they'll carry you to school, because they understood that at that age, I was supposed to be in school. What does enforcement look like? Who enforces this mandatory age? Is it a policing effort? Is it a school effort? Is it a community effort?
It's really a collaborative effort. But I think before we actually get to enforcement, before we get to thinking, we call the police because Paul the bang who can't get, right? we wanna look at a few things. We wanna look at the fact that through the Education Upliftment Project, what we're doing is removing obstacles in a way that really has never happened before. An important component to this program is really the National Healthy Start Feeding Program. What we found in doing the preparation to launch the Education Upliftment Project is that hunger was a component for students not going to school. They didn't have food, and it has become a motivator for students to come to school now, because they know that when they go to school, they'll get a healthy meal every day. So we feel that what we've been able to do is to remove barriers.
Right.
And remove obstacles. So maybe the Paul who, you know, bang hook every now and again, or more often than not, because he was hungry and so he was hustling food or something, he may be less likely to do that. Maybe not so much because he wants to go to school, but maybe because he wants to get food, and you know, school just kind of goes along with it.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about. Another element that we have to work in our favor now is the use of BMIS. BMIS is the Belize Education Management Information System, and it's a tool that's been in place in this country for a long time. What we've been working on is smoothing the operations, trying to ensure that it's used more effectively. BMIS helps us with tracking attendance.
Okay.
That's one of the features. So the schools upload the attendance.
And it's a live document.
Yeah.
It's a live document that at the beginning of the school day, the principal, depending on who they have asked to enter the information, enters the information of the student. So we keep a track of it, as well as the administrators would then see, okay, my BMIS is showing report that Paul has missed 4 days. We need to pick up the telephone and find
so
out.
there's intervention.
So there is
at that
intervention in place. Those are things that we are looking at, how we can continue to support our schools. And the schools that don't have BMIS, if we can offer them the opportunity, they come to the District Education Center to enter the data, and also meet on a one-to-one with the education officers who can support them. We don't want to use the punitive way of getting the police or taking someone there, intimidating or threatening.
It won't work.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
The truth is that really the line ministries that collaborate with the Ministry of Education are absolutely willing to support.
Yes.
So the police are willing to help us with whatever we need. If this is a place where we need to go back to having truancy officers who are enforcement officers who would collaborate with the police, they're willing to help us with that. We know that the Ministry of Human Development also has officers who work within the community and who would be willing to support as well. So we have the opportunities for collaboration if and when we need them. What we're looking at right now is, you know, as we move step by step toward this new way of being, we're trying to make sure that we're addressing the things that we know are impacting the students right now, and providing, as Chief said, the support for the schools. The BMIS attendance is also an important factor because it helps with the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? The schools get paid.
Yep.
They receive we have
For
an agreed upon amount of money per year that they get per child.
Really?
Because this is one of the benefits to the schools who are participating in this program, is for the first time ever, they are receiving 100% of tuition and fees for all their students.
Yes.
Anyone who's ever worked in a school knows that that's not something that happens, right? But they receive their money based on their BMIS data.
Okay.
So you can't report that you have 250 students, but BMIS data shows that you only have 232, because you don't get money for 250 because you say so. You actually should have 232 showing up. You get for 232.
What's so remind us, if you will, about some of the key aspects or points of this legislative change.
For the rules or for the age increase?
For the age increase.
For the age increase. Well, it goes through the process as CEO explained. Once it becomes law, it's immediate, and we encourage, but many of the schools will make the adjustments come September, August, when schools reopen. At this point, when they're completing, almost we're in the second semester of the school year. So that's what we're looking at. And there's continuous open conversation with our principals of secondary schools, BAPs. We are part of their executive team chat group, so that we can provide them support or respond to their questions and concerns that they may have from time to time.
And for the rules?
For the rules, we're going through the process right now of just sensitizing, bringing our teachers, all our teachers to the table and say, hey, were you aware that there was a school back in 1816? Were you aware that the transition of the Ordinance and Education Act went through revision on multiple occasions? Were you aware that the last one was in 1991 and thereafter 2010? Were you aware that we didn't have any rules for secondary school until 2000, and then the amendment came in 2012? We are asking many of them, did you go to teachers college? And a few hands go up, and then we realize, okay, a lot of them are probably under the age of understanding what is the process of all of this.
Right.
So it's an opportunity to give our teachers a voice, because if we can have a debate on what is the definition and the meaning for consultation. Consultation could even be, I send you an email and I'm telling you I'm going to do this, and that's consultation.
Yes.
That's not the process that we feel as educators, because both of us come from school. We feel that it's important for all voices to be heard. So this is an opportunity we're giving our teachers to get to know,
Prepare.
the history, and get to understand that you have a voice. But if you don't take this opportunity, when the consultation comes around, your voice will be lost within all the others that are making more noise. So we're giving them the first preference, because you are the one in the classroom. You understand the system, and you bear the brunt of all the challenges that, teaching and learning comes with. And we value our teachers. If you were at my school, my students, I keep telling them, you don't mess around with my teachers. Because if you have your teachers working with you, you can accomplish much more. From the sensitizing, then we will work on drafting the legislation. Thereafter, we go then and we do the consultation. After the consultation, we will work with the stakeholders, presenting them what are the recommendations. And thereafter, we then review our steps, and then we go through the process of the bill, the act, and the upper house, and then the Governor General says.
So for the compulsory school age, literally, that's the only thing that's changing. There's nothing else. It's very simple.
14 to 16.
The compulsory school age has moved from 14 to 16. It's still, you still start at 5, but instead of ending at 14, you end at 16. That's it. The process of the rules revision, that is going to be a lot more complex, and those changes will be multiple, we anticipate. But as Chief explained, we want to be able to, when we go back to the stakeholders, that there be informed consultation. So you have an opportunity now. Hopefully the participants in the sensitization will go home and look for their rule books. Go online, look, and then you'll be able to go back and say, well, you know what? Do we really need a rule that says this? Couldn't we change it? I mean, hello, we're in 2024. Should we make this amendment? That sort of thing is what we're hoping to spark.
It almost sounds like the constitutional process that we're undertaking across the country, but for schools.
Yes, it's similar.
Just wanted to give an example of the 4 districts that we have visited. One of the rules that they keep bringing up is the compassionate leave. Because under the regulations, the compassionate leave is for immediate family. But a lot of them grew up with their grandparents or with an aunt, and that's not captured. So those are rules that they're looking at. How can it continue to benefit me, or at least to give me the opportunity to be with my loved one in the time that is illness or time of death? There are many others, and there's some that they would want us to remove. That definitely, there has to be some parameters within. But I think it has opened the doors for them. There was not a lot of questions, because I think the information was a lot and to process. So we are willing as a ministry to give schools a time off in the afternoon for you to come together as a staff and look at the areas that affect your community and your school. We want to make it inclusive.
Yes. Well, ladies, thank you so much for stopping by. I wish we had more time to touch further on all of these topics, but I know that we'll be having you guys back here very soon. So all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it.
All right, we take another quick break, and when we come back, it's all about celebrating the Chinese New Year. Stay with us.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Full-Tech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Full-Tech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price but stay for the service.
It means a lot to me. I think often people forget the elderly. I can remember when this elderly lady walked through the customer care department. We have a section in the lobby where it labeled Golden Citizen, and Golden Citizen get priority. I called her over and asked her to come. When she came over, like a little sadness come over me, because the look what you have in your face and your eyes, and you know she had a lot of struggle during her years. Put back in the connection in the system for her. And I guess that from then, that when she was the first person that was on the Golden Citizen. And if I can remember, back then we paid the bill for them in full, and it's only a small handful. We had a Golden Citizen ceremony, and they present to them the Golden Citizen like a little certificate, and she was here. I feel good that elderly citizens across the board are being assisted with by this Golden Citizen program. So yes, I feel so good that they're being assisted.
Hola usuario de eCash, la aplicación eCash está disponible en español. Cambiar el idioma de tu aplicación de eCash de inglés a español es rápido y sencillo. Déjame mostrarte cómo se hace. Primero, abre tu aplicación eCash. Introduce tu PIN. Toca el icono More en la parte inferior de tu pantalla. Selecciona Security. Selecciona Language. Y luego selecciona Spanish. Vuelve a introducir tu PIN y ya está. Tu aplicación de eCash está ahora en español y puedes seguir disfrutando de tu cartera digital eCash. La aplicación eCash de Belize Bank te hace la vida más fácil.
The Social Security Board, in collaboration with the Labor Department, takes this opportunity to remind insured persons of the requirements for compensation when on sick leave. Any employee who has worked with an employer for at least 2 months is entitled to 16 working days of sick leave with full pay every year. This is how it works. Upon approval of a sickness or injury benefit claim by SSB, 80% of the employee's weekly insurable earnings is paid as a Social Security benefit, and the difference in the employee's salary is paid by the employer. This is to ensure that the employee does not suffer any loss of wages when ill. After 16 days, compensation for sick leave is paid as a Social Security benefit only. Some conditions apply. This message is brought to you by the Social Security Board and the Labor Department. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Do you have information about a crime or a fugitive in our community? You can submit a tip anonymously with your smartphone. Using this program in safeguarding our community also protects your identity, keeping you out of the court system, and could earn you a cash reward. Here is how it works. Download the free P3 Tips app from the Apple Store or Android Market. P3 is the provider of our secure anonymous tip collecting software. Open the app and create a PIN, but be sure to remember that number, then select your location. Next, select the type of crime. When submitting a tip, be as specific as possible. If you have a picture, video, or audio that will help officers, you can upload them from your phone. Information leading to an arrest can earn you a cash reward of up to $1,000. Once your tip is submitted, you'll be given a tip ID and password. Check back if your tip leads to an arrest. You'll be told how much you were rewarded and how to anonymously collect your cash.
It's time that we realize that we must work together to thrive. The world as we know it, the sky and below it. Could I never have more wonder? Yeah, with life and all you see and the climate's changing.
But hope is remaining.
That we can't ignore the future. It depends on you and me. One chance, all that we got. One voice, together we start. Take care, the world where we live. Permite a todos vivir. Tomamos la oportunidad para guardar la humanidad. And I must leave no one behind because we are. One climate, one Caribbean. One climate, one Caribbean.
All right, and welcome back to our second conversation for this morning. And we have an interesting conversation with this one. It's all about the Chinese New Year. And we have in studios with us in person none other than Lily Li Wen Shu, the ambassador of the Republic of China to Taiwan, to Belize, sorry. And we also have Miss Heidi Xiao, a Mandarin teacher, and Miss Snow Chen, who's also a Mandarin teacher. Good morning to you, lovely ladies.
Good morning.
It's such a pleasure to have you all here and to teach us more and tell us more about the Chinese New Year and how you all celebrate it. Ambassador, thank you for being with us.
Well, thank you for having us. It's a wonderful time to be with our Belizean friend and to share our culture and our tradition.
Let's start with you, Ambassador, to tell us more about the Chinese New Year and this year specifically and what it represents.
Okay. Now, Taiwan is renowned for its fascinating blend of cultural, modern culture and the traditional culture. So, as a modern democratic society, we still preserve many aspects of traditional Chinese culture and custom. So this year, we are going to ring in the Year of Dragon on Saturday, actually, in 2-3 days. We are going to celebrate the Year of the Dragon. And this is Chinese Lunar New Year is the most important and the people's favorite holiday. So it's very, sorry, I didn't look at the camera.
Well, now you're looking at it.
Now I'm looking at it. There are two cameras, so I'm so sorry. So the Lunar New Year is a very important holiday for Taiwan, and traditionally you will celebrate this New Year for about half a month. You know, and ending with the culmination of the Lantern Festival. So that's why today we prepare something here together with our two Mandarin teachers. And may I also add that we are very fortunate to have two professional Mandarin teachers here in Belize. They are here to provide Mandarin classes, also promote our culture. So I will leave the New Year's meaning for the two Mandarin teachers to speak.
Before we get to the Mandarin teachers, I also want to ask another important question to you, Ambassador. The long-standing relationship between Belize and the Republic of China, Taiwan, it continues to strengthen over the years, and your presence here is a sign of that.
Well, thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate it. And indeed, this year we are going to celebrate the 35th anniversary of our diplomatic ties. So this is an important milestone, and I'm very excited to see our strong bond to grow even deeper and stronger. And in line with today's theme, I also hope that this year we can promote more cultural exchange and people-to-people exchange. And I would love to talk about that later, probably.
Wonderful. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, well, let's get the conversation back to the celebration, and that is the New Year that we are about to celebrate with you guys on this Saturday. I want to go back really quickly to the significance of the dragon, though. So Heidi, let's get you in the conversation.
The dragon is a very auspicious animal in the Chinese culture, and especially this is a Dragon New Year. So means this year people is trying to have a lot of babies since the dragon is a very lucky animal. So people is trying to get more babies.
We certainly hope so.
So what does it represent if you have children
on the Dragon Year?
On the Dragon Year.
It means that the babies bring the good luck to the family and to the parents.
And because the people believe traditionally, the people who born in certain year of an animal, you will have certain character following the animal's trait, you know. So that's why.
So Snow, what would be the personality of someone born on a Dragon Year?
Yeah, if you are your zodiac dragon, maybe we'll say this person is energetic, adventurous. And
powerful, probably.
Yes, yeah, because the dragon is always we think the dragon is very powerful, and the Mitris, the zodiac sign. So if you're the dragon zodiac, we also think you might be a good leader.
Good eater?
Oh, good eater.
Leader.
Oh, leader.
It's like, wait, I'm born in the Dragon Year.
But actually, no matter which zodiac you are, because this year is the Dragon Year. So the dragon is full of the hope and the chance to be succeed. So if you have anything you would like to do, I think this year is a really good timing to challenge it.
I love that. And I want to ask, because this is quite an interesting conversation. Even if you do not come from the Chinese or Taiwanese culture, how can we embrace the Dragon Year? Can we think of it the same way?
Of course, people. This is kind of like a vine, right? You work together and trying to make things happen, and if you really put the endeavors in it and seek of the, I think this is a blessing, a year full of blessing.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
So moving into some of the Mandarin words that we're here to learn this morning, I see a couple things that are familiar on the table, and I see some very unfamiliar products, but we want to learn about them. So Sab, we could start over there.
All right. So let's first begin with some of the words that we are looking at here. I know that you are a Mandarin teacher, Heidi, so perhaps you could explain to us, and maybe we could learn a couple words or two this morning. So what do we have here on display?
So basically what we present here is the spring couplets.
Okay.
Yes.
These two.
Yeah, this two is the string couplets.
Okay, so let's showcase it to our viewers.
These traditionally you put on your front door.
Oh.
Yeah, to
because
welcome the new year.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
you only put it on your door to welcome the new year.
Yes, but many families will put it there the whole year, and until the next new year, they change it into a new one.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And what is it saying?
So for this, it's 心岁多吉庆, means it brings the good
Yeah, it should be
fortune
like
to
this
the
side.
family.
And they even have the,
okay.
this should be first, right?
Yeah.
And then this side.
Yes. So this is like you bring the good fortune to the whole new year and welcome to the new year. 阖家乐安然, it means like you bring the whole family the happiness and the safety.
Yes.
What I like about it is the significance of it. To have it at your front door, to be greeted by those phrases and those saying when you walk into your house every day, when guests walk into your house and they see this saying, it brings a sense of empowerment and a sense of reminder that this is the year we're in and this is the objectives and goals of this household.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
So we have some other words here as well. What is this one?
The pronunciation is Lu, and it definitely means that you get a better promotion at your work.
Ooh, Paul, we need one. Yes, let's show our viewers. So this is if you want a promotion. What would you do with this one?
You will stick on the windows and the door as well. Like we paste this on the front door and the window.
Inside.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
But
And
this they set it at the front door.
Okay.
And that one is one. It means prosperity. Like you have a lot of like good energy.
Oh, we want that in our pockets too.
Yes.
And may I also explain another one? Sometimes you will see it being put like this. Okay,
upside down.
Upside down in reverse.
Okay.
The reason why is that it's not they make it a mistake. It's because in reverse, the pronunciation in Chinese is Dao. Dao means arrive. So that means we welcome this prosperity
to arrive.
Yes. So sometimes it will be showing like this.
Interesting.
So
Interesting.
a lot of symbolic meaning during New Year. It's a culture thing.
And this is something that you ladies teach as well for persons that are interested in learning Mandarin and learning a bit more of the culture. Yes. For persons that are viewing in and they're saying, you know what, I would like to immerse myself in the culture of Mandarin or Taiwan. How can they do that?
Well, the most easy way is starting from the food.
Okay.
So
we have some food here. So talk to me about what this is.
A rice and beans cake.
It's a sweet version. So this is nian gao. The name of this food is called nian gao, and basically it's a very lucky food for the Asian people during the Chinese New Year celebration because the ear and high is the same pronunciation as this food, nian gao. That's why it means you get higher year after year. So for children, you get better grades on school, or you get like grow healthier after you eat this, and for the adults, of course, you get promotion on your work and you earn more money with this.
Well, why are we still talking and not eating this?
All right, so Paul, I'll hand this over to you.
Can we try it?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay, with the sticky rice and the red bean
So this is rice And beans.
It's the flour with the sticky
flour.
rice with the flour.
Sticky rice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just normal rice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a thick rice.
So it's sticky rice and
The
red
flour,
beans
red
and
bean,
flour.
and sugar.
So it's kind of like rice and beans dessert.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll try it now.
I'm already eating. It's very good. I could feel prosperous already.
I could feel it.
I could feel it. Money's already in my pocket. Yes.
And the sugar, the sweetness, it brings people joy. So during the Chinese New Year celebration, people like to eat something sweet, which will make you feel happy.
Yes.
Yeah. Sabrina, I want to bring Snow into the conversation so that she doesn't remain quiet beside me. Snow, let's talk a bit about a couple of the things we have in front of us. I know, for example, the lantern. We've seen it all around, especially during the Chinese New Year celebration. Does it have a symbolic meaning?
Yeah, the lantern is normally there's a light inside like this one. Yeah, and then it's wishes for the good fortune.
Okay.
Yeah, because bring the brightness to us.
Okay.
So it's normally, as Ambassador mentioned, the last day of the New Year is the Lantern Festival. So we will
On the 15th.
On the 15th.
Yeah.
It's a lantern festival.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in 2 weeks' time, the whole week, the whole time will be the celebration.
And it's basically you light lanterns and you hang them around and...
Yes, that's on the 15th,
Okay.
the Lantern Festival.
Wonderful. And is there anything else you'd like to highlight that we have in front of us?
Yeah, this is also a kind of cup that is as highly mentioned before. But this one, because this year is the dragon year, so you can see there's a golden dragon here. Yeah, and the dragon bring the good fortune. So there's the good fortune, Fu in Mandarin. Yeah. So you can see there's another one.
It looks like a dragon, this one.
Yeah, actually sometimes we will have some cultural events. So I will bring the students to do the paper cutting. So this is also dragon inside, and outside it actually is a kind of fruit. Can you guess what is this?
It's a pineapple?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
nice
I
guess.
got it too. You're
Right,
good,
I saw
Paul.
it, but I was wondering if I'm right, if my eyes are deceiving me or not.
Yeah, it's good guessing. Yeah, so it's Wang is also Wang in the Taiwanese language. Wang means the probabilities.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the dragon year, you will have the good prosperity and good fortune year.
Yeah.
Yes.
We also saw some other food samples on display here. I want to go really quickly to this one because just before we came on set, we were talking about to a regular Belizean. This looks like
A tangerine.
a tangerine, but this is not called a tangerine in Taiwan. What is the name of this, Ambassador?
We call it 橘子. 橘子 pronounced like 吉利的吉, that means another good fortune. So that is because the color, the orange and yellow, it looks very good luck and things like that. So vibrant, yes. So it's all about. You can tell that during the celebration we put everything in the symbolic meaning. You hope that something you eat or something you decorated or present good fortune and bring you good luck.
And over here, this one was quite an interesting conversation we had here too.
Yes, it is a watermelon seed. It's a kind of a very popular snack. Like you have the
We have pumpkin seed. Pepitas, we call them in Belize.
Yes, pumpkin seed. It's the same. It's just people during New Year celebration, they are playing games. They want to. They watch TVs. They have
So they'll
conversation.
snack and eat this.
Yes, this is very popular one.
Just back to the old time, like people were busy at work. So during the Chinese New Year celebration, they'll have more free time to gathering with the families. That's why they have free time.
That's right.
You know, Sabrina, one of the things an ambassador I appreciate about the culture that you guys have is that there's a lot of talk about prosperity. There's a lot of talk about good fortune. There's a lot of talk about good luck. And I would imagine that if you grow up in a culture where they continuously speak to you and with you about these things, it's almost engraved in you to become fortunate, to become prosperous, to have good luck.
Oh, good observation.
Yes.
And I think that is one of the reasons why Lunar New Year celebration is the most favorite one, especially for kids. They won't get any, their parents won't say anything, blame them or punish them. They won't score them.
So the kids love it.
Exactly. Not only that, well, you have everything. During the whole half a month celebration, people only speak something good, something nice and to each other. Even if you accidentally break something, they even can find something to, kind of talk it over. So, but other than that, you will get, this is another very important reason why the kids love New Year. Because this is the red envelope with lucky money inside.
Let's see what's inside those.
It's a surprise. Anyway, normally after food and the sweets and the snacks are the most important parts. You have endless things. But after the reunion dinner, that is in the Lunar New Year Eve, people get together around the table, the whole family will get together. That is a very important meal, just like Christmas here, right? Christmas Eve. But after the meal, the parents will give this red envelope to their little ones to encourage them, give them blessing. But when you grow up, you have become an adult, financially independent, then it's your turn to give envelope back to your elders, back to your parents to show your respect and gratitude.
So in terms of the lucky money you receive, what is the purpose of it? What do you do with the money?
Ask these two young guys. How do they do that?
Normally you keep the newest paper. For me, I keep the newest one and I spend the rest because this is a blessing. So I want to share the blessing with the others.
And you, what do you do, Snow?
I just have in the bank.
It's in the bank.
That's the best place to put lucky money.
So, that's okay. Ambassador, as we wrap up the conversation for the sake of time, let's get back to the second question I asked you about this strong and strengthening relationship between Taiwan and Belize. How long have you been in Belize now?
Well, in 2 weeks' time, it will be 1 year.
1 year, exactly.
Celebrate my own anniversary. But I think I'm very, very blessed to be assigned to this posting, and I'm very struck always by the warm friendship and appreciate a lot about the hospitality I received here. So this year, because we are going to celebrate the 35th anniversary of our diplomatic ties, I hope to promote more cultural exchange and the people-to-people exchange. Such things like this, and we have scholarships recipients. Many Belizean students study in Taiwan, but this year we also have students study in UB. So this kind of exchange is really meaningful, and I hope to see more of them.
We recently hired a new journalist in our newsroom, and she studied in Taiwan. So she completed her studies in journalism, communications in Taiwan, and then now she's on board with us. So that's just a little
just an example of how our Belizeans have been empowered by the exchange and the relationship between Taiwan and Belize.
Yes, I truly believe this is very instrumental to bridge the two sides and help us to grow our very long cherished friendship even deeper.
Yes, all right. Well, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by and allowing us to learn a bit more about the culture and the significance of Taiwan. This has been such an amazing experience. We hope to celebrate with you as well this Saturday, and even take part in lanterns, lighting our own lanterns at home, and remembering that the Year of the Dragon is a year of prosperity and, of course, good luck and good fortune for each and every one of us. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And good luck and fortune for everyone. Thank you.
All right, we are going to take another quick break. And when we come back, the conversation is all about Miss World Belize. Stay with us.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "Therefore thus will I do unto thee, O Israel, and because I will do this unto thee, prepare to meet thy God, O Israel." Ends preparation. A person prepares for an education, a job, a family, the building of a home, and even retirement. God also instructs us to prepare to meet Him. How sad it is that people prepare for everything but this one inevitable encounter. Some time ago, my wife and I were driving around in a city when we passed the city cemetery. To our amazement, we looked over and saw a big black baby grand piano sitting in the middle of the cemetery, located over a grave. The piano had been carved out of black granite and served as a tombstone. I was totally amazed. I had never seen anything like that before. It was obvious that some person was a lover of music, and especially their piano. They loved it so much that they had made prior arrangements in preparation for the piano to be placed over their grave when they died. I drove by that day wondering if they had also made adequate preparation for meeting God and spending eternity in heaven with Him. The Bible teaches us that meeting God demands preparation. Have you prepared to meet your God? Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered-up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced full high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Double your love, double your tech, and say I love you with the latest gadgets. So forget the flowers and chocolates and surprise them with the gifts they want. Match or mix any Redmi A2 or ZTE Blade A71 to get two of the same, or combine for an all-time low price of just $399. Stand out when you buy two Android smartphones for only $209 or two Redmi 13C for an unbeatable $649. Save even more when you shop, save, and secure your Galaxy devices with Samsung's 1-year local warranty. Get a free 32GB SD card with any Galaxy A04e or the Galaxy A24 plus the Key Select KR smartwatch for a stunning $589. Or buy one KR watch for only $109 and get 50% off the second one. Visit us at any of our branches in Belize City, Belpan, San Pedro, and now in Orange Walk. Or shop from anywhere using our virtual store via Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp at 615-5141.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Welcome back. We are having our third conversation for this morning, and it's quite a special one. Why? Because we are in the presence of royalty, I tell you. We'll be talking about the upcoming Miss World competition set to take place, the pageant set to take place in India. And we have here with us Miss World Belize herself. That is Elise Guion Vernon.
Yes.
She is the 2022 crowned Miss World Belize. Good morning, Elise, and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. You know, we don't get that often.
Yeah, we usually when asking how are you, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're important too, so.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
But yes, we know that you are gearing up to make that official travel to India, and it's quite a busy time for you right now, all the preparations involved. But before we even get into that, let's talk about your reign so far. You were crowned in 2022. I imagine you would be the longest reigning Miss World Belize, so we could get into one of the reasons why that was the case. But let's talk about your reign. What has it been like so far?
It's been incredible. I mean, I've had so much support all over Belize. People have been reaching out, supporting me, giving positive messages, and I've enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Like you said, I am the longest reigning Miss World Belize at the moment, and that is because Miss World has postponed their pageants a couple times. However, that worked out in my favor because I had more time to prepare, to learn more about India, and of course to practice my walk and question and answer.
Yeah.
What made you decide to be a part of this pageant in the first place? Miss World is one of the largest pageants. I think it would be along with Miss Earth, Miss Universe.
Yes.
Those three, they're considered like the Olympics of pageantry, correct?
Yes.
Why did you decide to be a part of this pageant?
Because Miss World is a lot different than the other pageants. They are more focused on being a beauty with a purpose. And that is something that speaks to me because I believe in giving back to my community. I even ran for village council at one point because of this belief. So when I realized just how big of an impact that I can make as a queen within a very small village such as Belikin, where I'm from, you know, I think about it and I said, you know what, this is a great opportunity. It's an opportunity to show that we're versatile, that I can be both a farmer, because I am a farmer, and a queen at the same time, and that is why I decided to join.
What was it like for you growing up in Biscayne on a farm as a farmer?
So I actually didn't grow up in Belikin.
Okay.
I'm a city girl at heart. However, at the age of 12, I moved up to the farm. And you know, this was a whole different experience than what I was used to.
Yeah.
Because I grew up right across the street from Hookup, and so there's no
Yeah.
farm animals there.
Yeah.
But I did spend a lot of my vacation times as a child up at the farm with my grandparents. And that is where I learned all about farming, about cows, and I think that is where my love really started off from.
You know, I think of all the pageant ladies that we've met over time, or at least in my career so far, you have one of the most interesting stories because of what you do, you know, as a farmer, and also the fact that you were interested in politics as well, being a part of the village council. But my question is, how do you plan to use your story and your background to take it on that stage over at Miss World, where there's a lot of other ladies that have similar and you know, similarly impactful stories like yours?
I believe in being authentic, and while they do have powerful stories, and I've heard a lot of their stories already, that should not change how powerful my story is. I'm authentic to myself. I am proud to be a farmer, and that is what I'm going to take with me to the stage. I'm going to stand there as a proud farmer while still being a beauty queen. And with that, I'm hoping to inspire other young ladies, other girls who can see themselves in me, who know that, you know, there are days of insecurity, and there are days that you might not feel as powerful, and some people might judge you because of your career, what you choose to do. But you know what? We are authentic, we are powerful, and that is what I want to stand to represent there.
Excellent.
And not to get religious here, right? But in the Bible, there's a character by the name of David. And David was a farmer who became a king.
Yes.
And so your story reminds me of something
that's powerful.
Similar in that sense. Has farming taught you anything, or provided for you some core principles or lessons in life in pageantry? Has there been any transition of lessons from farming to pageantry for you?
So many. I mean, the number is crazy because in farming you have to have a certain level of determination. You have to have a certain level of drive. And I mean, there are some days where we are working against the clock to save an animal or to do some type of project. And that has come across to the pageant world for me, because now I have to have that same determination and that same drive. And when my feet are hurting and my back is hurting from sitting up straight all day, you know, I had that experience as a farmer to be pressed against the book, and I still pushed through. And I think that is something that I carried through my pageantry journey, because I'm not used to this. I'm not used to all of the glitz and glam, and like I tell everyone, I don't wear makeup. I never wore heels before this, and so it has been a great transition. But the core principles of being a farmer has translated into that.
Yeah. You know, oftentimes when we speak to ladies that are vying for a role or for a title in a big pageant, there's often a platform involved, something that they feel strongly about, that they are advocating for. In this case, what are you using as your platform?
So like I mentioned, Miss World is focused on being a beauty with a purpose. So our platform is called a Beauty with a Purpose project. And my Beauty with a Purpose project is called Cultivating the Future. Because of course, as a farmer, I'm cultivating the future. But not only through plants, but I believe that if you instill certain things in the younger generation, we are building for a brighter future. And so at the moment, I'm working with schools and trying to teach children about gardening, and I have several other projects, because I'm using sustainable agriculture to fight against world hunger. You know, there's rising food costs. There are a lot of breadwinners who are struggling to put food on the table. However, if we are able to grow our own food as farmers, as entrepreneurs, then we can create our own nutritious food, our kids have food, and we can create income. So all of this kind of ties in under my Cultivating the Future platform.
Girl, I'd give you that crown. I'd give it to you. That was such an impactful answer. But I know that one of the things that oftentimes scares the pageant ladies is the big question and answer. How are you preparing for that?
I mean, I walk the street and people are throwing me questions. And
really?
Yes, like people will ask me something, I don't even know, what inspires you to be Miss World? Or they ask me several questions, but I have been training, I've been practicing, and I mean, it starts from the little things too. I would put on a Miss Universe show, and I'd listen to their question and answer, and I'd pause it. And this is a tip other young ladies can use, because I know there are other young ladies vying for Miss Universe and Miss World. And while we do train, there are simple things you can do at home. So I would pause the video and I would answer it, and I would try to see if my answer corresponds with what the other young lady said. And most of the time it does, which it makes me proud, because I know my training is getting me somewhere.
I like that. So it's practice and
it's a lot of practice.
Repetition that
Yes.
helps as well. You travel to India in a couple weeks. In fact, next week you travel to
8
India.
days.
8 days.
I leave Belize in 8 days, yes.
How do you feel about traveling and being in
I'm so
India?
excited. I really can't wait. A part of me is a little bit sad because I am a mama's girl. I think we even did an interview here with my mom and I, and so leaving her for that period of time, it kind of makes me sad.
Are you going alone?
I am traveling alone.
Ah, that's gonna be different.
Yes.
Wow.
I've never experienced that before, but you know what? I'm up to the task.
Is this your first time outside of the country as well?
I've traveled to Miami before, but
Okay.
again, that was with family, so
Okay.
this is different indeed.
So you travel to India next week in 8 days. That's next week, and during that time, well, how long will you spend in India leading up to the actual pageant?
So in total, I spent about 3 weeks, almost a month. And during that time, because the pageant is set for March 9th, so during that time, we have several other different events that we will have, like the top model, where I get to wear a designer-made dress from Belize. And then I also have the talent segment and the sports segment and a lot of others. The head-to-head is a big one because it's basically like this. It's an interview, it's question and answer. And so that's a big one as well.
What are you planning to do as your talent?
Okay, so I'll leave the song as a surprise.
Okay.
But I've been practicing my pan playing, my steel pan
Oh,
playing.
nice.
And I will be singing a Belizean song.
Okay.
I won't say
love
which
that.
song.
I love that.
And for your designer of choice, who did you go with?
If you know Renelli from
Yes,
Cayo,
we
she
do.
does incredible work. So she did design my dress to take.
You sent
Wonderful.
chills.
I know.
When you said that. Wonderful.
Well, we're going to leave with one final question, and this might be your question on that big stage. Why should you be Miss World?
I should be Miss World because I take everything with me from Belize. I am hospitable, I'm hardworking, I'm a farmer, and that makes me unique. And because of what I stand for, I have done so many projects within Belize, and I want to take that to the bigger stage. I want to give that a bigger platform because I believe that we can make a change. I believe that we have the power to change our future. And so in that way, we can work through agriculture, through what I know best, in order to make a brighter future.
Ding! That's your buzzer. Time is up. And you are Miss World! Thank you so much, Elise, for stopping by. I know that this is going to be a life-changing experience. So definitely go out there and put your best foot forward, but also try to enjoy it. Have fun too. This will be one of the memories that you'll never forget. And you have everyone here in Belize rooting for you. We are going to be glued to that television or those devices watching you on that stage.
Thank you so much. You can follow me on my Instagram, Elise Guion Vernon, because I will be sharing the links there when it comes to voting or even watching the pageant. So you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook.
Alrighty. Well, we got to take our final break, and when we come back, the conversation is all about the upcoming Hurricanes versus Orange Walk Rebels game. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Your life just got a lot less complicated with Belize Bank Contactless MasterCard Debit Card. Introducing our Standard Debit and MasterCard Platinum Debit Cards. Now you can make purchases anywhere MasterCard is accepted with one tap, pay and go. Your contactless card never has to leave your hands, especially in these times. And your card is embedded with multiple layers of security. Platinum card holders get to enjoy extra benefits like price protection, purchase protection, trip inconvenience, and luggage protection, just to name a few. Start enjoying a cashless lifestyle today with the Belize Bank.
Belize, Darasaba Home Theater and Red Stripe present the official 20th annual tribute and concert to the late great Bob Marley. This event to be held on Sunday, February 11th at the Big Bird's Isle from 4 p.m. until. Entertainment include live DVD performance of Bob Marley on the big screen, live band performance by Family Fusion Band with selectors Tony G, Mad Rockamos, DJ Dalla, Soldier Sound, and DJ Wiz, all backed up by Silver Fox Sounds.
Love to see when you're moving the rhythm.
Entrance fee only $10. Bring out the entire family.
Hey, oh, what a rat race.
Sponsored by Steve Benedict Auto Sales, Creme Television and Creme Radio, Vibes Media Radio and TV, Leslie's Imports, Channel 7, Channel 5, Wave Radio and Television, The Angelus Press Limited, DG Wallet, Honorable Anthony Mahler and Belize Tourism Board, Love FM, Caribbean Shipping Agencies Limited, Red Stripe, and Campari.
Honda Navi, a partner you can rely on. Benquip, equipment, parts, service.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
All right, and we are back with our fourth and final conversation for this morning, and it's all about the Belize Hurricanes. And we have in studio with us none other than the league MVP himself, Mr. Victor Vito Evans, who definitely showed us 2 weeks ago why he is in fact the league MVP with that display and performance inside the Belize City Civic Center. We also have Mr. Amar Ross, the three-point shooter phenom. We have
the three-point boss.
The
right?
three-point boss. Yeah, finishing that game with some 23 points, I believe.
Yeah,
we also have Mr. Marquise Cunningham, and none other than Terry G. Gordon, the man himself. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Yes.
Sabrina, how you don't say that?
Terry G on the MIC.
Thank you. Thank you. Folks, we're going to have fun, right?
Yes.
Today is Wednesday. On Friday night, it's going to be dynamite. You know why? Especially because tomorrow is my birthday, so it's half a
Ooh, happy birthday, Terry.
Yeah, so it has to be a win for us tomorrow night. They have I sorry, man, but they bought Friday, Thursday night. Tomorrow is my birthday.
Okay.
So the game is Friday, so it's one day after my birthday that we're going to be hosting Orange Walk Running Rebels.
So that's a birthday gift.
Don't say it. Right, Running Rebels. They were the #1 seed heading into the playoffs last year. They lost to Tiger Sharks in the semis, and we, of course, we know how it went. We met up with Tiger Sharks in the finals, and the rest is history. We won our third championship. All right. So our first home game against the Tiger Sharks opening night, when we got our rings, you know, we defeated them 101-72 by like 29 points, something like that. These guys here, they certainly put on a display. Amar Ross, the three-point boss, was good for 23 points off the bench. Victor Vito Evans, how much did you post it, bro? The captain.
I think only like 15.
All right, I think that's good. All right. No, we have the African from Mali, all right, from one of the West African countries. He plays at the national team. He's only 26 years old. He's not here today.
But he's tall.
Yeah, he's like 6'10" or
and
more.
He showed why he is a great addition to the team.
Of course.
That night.
Yes,
with
16 rebounds. 16 rebounds.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Almost unheard of in this league.
Yeah, 16 rebounds, and he had at least 13 points in that game as well.
Yeah.
All right. So we were in good hands, folks. Jamel Harris made a good impression. So did Glency Cooper Lopez, just to name a few. All right. These are this is the Belize Hurricanes. We're ready and poised to bring up another championship and defend the city the way it's supposed to be. One team, one big family. That's what we're all about.
Gentlemen, I know that the last time we spoke, you guys were getting ready for the first game, your debut game of the season. Now you've played one game.
and you're prepping up for another game, and I believe it will be like this throughout the season. You're prepping, you're continuing preparation and ready mode. Let's talk about that experience, what that was like, the game last week, Friday, as well as how it felt to have the fans out.
The Friday was it was a different experience. I think for all of us. I speak for myself and them as well. I don't think we've experienced a ring ceremony like before, so that
we got to see that ring too.
Oh yeah, I brought it out.
Oh, you got it.
Show us in the camera there. Look at that.
Yeah,
Get a zoom in.
Zoom into that thing.
Zoom in on
wow.
that thing. Yeah.
Keys, you don't have any yours, Joe.
But no, Friday was exciting just to see the fans come out. I think that was the first time to where they announced the names and it was a full crowd there.
Yeah.
Like usually, you know, it's Belize, so people get there a little late sometimes, but they were there early, packed it out, and just feeling the love that early in the game was it was very much exciting.
He said it's Belize, so people get there a little late. He's married to a Belizean, we know it.
Yep.
Well, like the LA Lakers, same thing to Laker fans always show up late for whatever reason.
Oh my God.
I'm a Laker fan.
People were waiting to see what you were all about. Do you feel like you made a point with your performance that night?
I think I did. I think there were still some things for me to clean up on. But I think overall I did what I came here to do. Shot the ball pretty well, shot efficiently. So I was happy with my performance overall.
Yeah.
And for you, Mr. Cunningham, looking forward to Friday night, playing against the Orange Walk running Rebels. What's the mindset within the team during practice going into this game?
We just vibing. We getting a better feel for each other. We're gonna pack them up.
Yeah.
Get them up out of here early.
Now, Terry, I know that we're riding on a high right now. You guys have made your investment. You've stacked together a team that you know will take you to the finish line.
To the promised land.
To the promised land.
The
we're
land of
calling
milk and
it.
honey.
Let's talk about the preparations for this game coming up this Friday night.
Well, I could tell you this. This is the last day these guys are going to be making appearances. All right? So that says it all. All right? After this, these guys are going to be earnest, hard at work, preparing for Friday. We're not taking anything lightly. We know that Orange Walk Running Rebels won their first game against Greek Dream Ballers. They hosted them last week and they won by like about 13 points or so. So it's not a team to take lightly. All right? And so for that reason, I can say for sure that we're well prepared. These guys are going to be well rested and prepared for Friday night. Friday night, talking of which, what we do as a team, we want people to know this. We do this every time. So for the first home game, we visited high schoolers, St. Vernon and EPR. For this particular game preparing, Friday we were at Palote High. All right, thanks to Sister Clara, the principal. Today, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to be at St. John's College. All right, that is what we do. All right, so we will make a presentation to the school. The school don't tell as long as you want. We want to have fun. So we have fun with these guys playing horse and who could beat the 3-point boss and all kind of thing. Amar Ross, you understand that sort of thing. We're going to have fun with St. John's College.
You know, I want to ask you, gentlemen, what is it like interacting with these students, knowing that they go and they watch your games and they're inspired by you guys, and you know, they're fans and they're inspired by the level of talent that you come with. What is it like interacting with them?
I love it because it's just we kind of feed off their energy a lot because they bring so much energy. Like last week when we went to Pelote, even though we didn't have a game, like their energy was just amazing. So I think that gives us a extra like motivation, if you will, that they're coming to see us and they're excited to see us. So we want to make sure that we not only show up to the game, but we put on a performance for them to continue and enjoy it and continue to be motivated by it.
So what we do for the schools, all right, to make it even more entertaining and interesting, and we want them to be a part of it, we have this primary and high school competition that goes down for posters and banners. We did it last year and we're doing it again. It's $1,000 in prize. So you bring out your best poster or banner depicting your favorite player, or of course your team, which of course is Venice Belize Hurricanes. You bring them out and we're going to have people judging them, and the last game we're going to select the top 3 from all the games, so you can bring different posters, different game, it doesn't matter, or your same poster, but it's only for primary and high schoolers. $500 first prize, $300 second, and $200 third prize, and that money is already in the kitty by somebody who prefers to remain anonymous.
Yeah, it's one of the things I love about the league is the young fans.
Yes.
The young fans, they show up and they show out when their teams are up making points, making plays. The young fans are just as excited as the adults, and you could clearly see that they love you guys and that they have a passion for you guys. So that's a huge responsibility on your shoulders to not only perform as they expect, and it's not to take on anybody's expectations, but the performance they expect and to continue being that role model.
So what we're also doing for all fans now, we're doing the first 5 again. Last year it was sponsored by Serenian Bay. This year it's Hamanasi Resort, which is in Hopkins. It's Travel Advisory voted them one of the top 10 hotels in the world back in 2022. All right, they're a well efficient hotel. You're gonna get your tree house surrounded by Mother Nature at its best. You might see a gibnut running, or a pack of Cote Monday might just come and tell you hello in the morning. All right, that is what it's like. And then it's just like 2 minutes or so right from the beachfront, where you get the beach, you get the swimming pool and all of that. It's 2 nights accommodations with breakfast and all of that, valued at $5,000 from Hopkins Hamanasi. The first 5 contests where you bring your 4 people along with you, that makes up 5. So it could be the Channel 5 crew, it could be your Paul Lopez family, just one name, and you list the 5 people. You register it at the and put it inside the box at the gate. And the last game, we're going to pick out somebody and send them to Hamanasi Resort. That's the first 5 contests for all fans. So bring out your first 5 to the game Friday night from your family, from your firm that you work with, or friends. Doesn't matter.
Is there any entertainment plan for Friday night?
As always. So it starts from 8 o'clock, and we're going to have the Minorities band right there, strutting their stuff, showcasing and getting on bad. That's I think that's the oldest marching band in the country.
One thing we can always expect from the Belize Hurricanes is the pomp and circumstance. There's always something going on to keep.
Don't forget the half-court shot.
To keep everyone engaged.
The big screen TV that takes 2 or 3 people to drag out.
There's a kid that almost won it.
He
was off by this much.
Exactly. So that's a big screen TV that we pull out at the half, and then we have other incentives that they also do for us, the little world, at the end of the first and the third quarter. At the half, of course, is a big shot. All right. Thanks to Cellular World for accommodating us. That TV is at least 65 inch. I kid you not.
Gentlemen, I want to give you all an opportunity to just say some final words to the fans. Starting with you, Vito.
Just come out, enjoy the show. Last year when we played Orange Walk, it was 2 pretty well. The first game was close. Second game, not so much. This game will probably be like the second game. But come out, support us, and that's it.
I'm all right.
I mean, it's gonna be another show on Friday, so just be prepared, be ready. It's gonna be a good one.
Mr. Send Them Packing.
Come on, catch these vibes with us. It's a vibe session. You feel me? Have a good time.
Man, a few words.
Tickets go on sale Friday morning, 10 in the morning, $50 for courtside. VIPs rows 2 to 4 players, $30. The seat right behind the VIP, which is right behind the rail, that's $15. General admission is $10. Kids under 12 pay $5, and of course high schoolers with ID pay only $8. So right at the ticket booth downstairs, you can get your tickets starting 10 o'clock Friday morning. A couple booths down, we have T-shirts on sale. All right, so T-shirts will also be on sale. A couple booths down. All that happening Friday morning.
Wonderful.
Yes, you had something else you wanted to say?
The bros and them, they be doing scavenger hunts with the tickets, feel me? So be on.
Usually, well, last week, me and Amar, not last week. When did we play? 2 weeks ago. Me and Amar, we started just doing like a ticket giveaway. So we do 2 VIP tickets for anybody who can find them. We go on Instagram, we post like where we left the tickets at, and the first person to
in
get
the city?
Yeah, this
that's nice.
So they have to be following you guys' Instagram page?
Instagram. We put it on Instagram.
Tell us what's the Instagram page.
My Instagram is @Vito Evans, VITOEVANS.
And mine is Amar Ross 20, AMARROSS 20.
Okay, so let's just get this correct. So if we follow you guys, you will be posting clues of where 2 VIP tickets are located here in Belize City.
Not clues, we post like exactly where it is.
Oh, the exact, okay.
And the first person to get there,
and you already posted it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We'll post it probably Thursday or Friday.
All right.
As long as it's not under a bridge somewhere.
So we put it in the bush at Princess Hotel last time. So
the bush?
Last time.
Last time. This time we haven't decided where it's going to be this time, but follow us in.
Fun. I like that. I like that idea.
We're different.
Yeah,
we're
definitely.
we're one team. We're one big family. That's what Belize Hurricanes basketball is all about.
Yes.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for stopping by as always. We always enjoy the energy that you bring, and we know that it's all because of the excitement for these games each and every time they're played or they're set to play. So all the best to you. Good luck. I don't feel like you need it that much, but all the best either way.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to wrap up now. We want to say a big thank you to all of our guests who stopped by this morning, but also a very special thank you to our viewers for tuning in. It is February the 7th, and we have a birthday shout out for you. We want to say happy 14th birthday to Kevin Martinez. Look at that little cutie pie there. Happy birthday to you, Kevin, from your friends, your family, and even the Belize basketball team.
Yeah, happy birthday, Kevin. You nearly made mine. We're just one day apart.
Yes, happy birthday to you, buddy.
Can we say happy birthday in advance?
Yes.
To Mr.
And also,
Terry G.
happy birthday in advance to you, Terry.
Thank you very much.
We don't have a photo, but that's because we have you here in person, even better, you know?
You're special, my brother.
Thank you.
Yes, and if you'd like to give a birthday shout out, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send us an email at oye@channel5belize.com. You can also catch us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ, as well as Instagram at OYEBelize. Thanks so much for joining us, and please join us again tomorrow as you open your eyes
and start your morning right.
Until then, keep your eyes, your mind,
and your hearts open.
Have a wonderful Wednesday.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.